The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game. Forgettable, you a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Detroit Lions. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Set, blue 60. 54. All day, dog.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check. 6 down. Check 21. Alert flat.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Ready? 180. Line 54. Let's go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Flushed out right. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Out of the gun, Luck. And he's got his man Hilton. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Lions 0. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
It's our field. It's our field.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Tight right. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Stafford. He's got Curse. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 42.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace, Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Johnson running right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
A first down carry here for Johnson. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Back to throw. Stafford. Screen play. Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 8-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Lions nothing.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey, 4-1.
Now Stafford. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And that's how you want to start a sequence defensively. That's what we used to call, partner, hello, glad to meet you. Tagged him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Lucked him back on the draw. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford. He completes it to Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field. Yeah,
just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Here's Locke. Funches has it complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Luck, and the catch made by Hilton. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter two, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us because when we were in the production meetings, we asked a few of the players about, hey, what if things get a little rocky early? They all said the exact same thing. We're prepared, so we're confident things will work out, and so far, they have started to do so.
Those three words we hear a lot, stay the course. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch 54. Watch 54. I know he ain't got
it. Here's Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him 2 yards on that play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Stafford now to throw. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Luck now to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They get it to Funchess on the jet sweep. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter.
T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. He's at the 50, the 30. The 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now Stafford. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, Stafford looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken around the 12. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
That's complete to Marlon Mack. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Luck now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing is Locke. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Prater for the extra point. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
At the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession.
For the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Here's Johnson. And an alley to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Second and 8 at the Colts 40-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Johnson the intended target, but now it's third down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Darius Leonard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. From the 26, they'll line up on second and 4. Now Luck, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is third and long. Now it's Luck. Looking deep for Hilton. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Blue 60. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check tight.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The throw over the middle, taken in, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage there for the Colts, 18 and a 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 25 yards that time. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field, all even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Mack, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Johnson's got it complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Throwing is Stafford. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Luck on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Luck.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the end zone, Luck complete to Hilton. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing right on his own 5-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Record. Joker. Leroy.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Jabal Sheard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From his goal line here, Locke. He's got it to Hilton. And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. Luck to Hilton on the hook up there. 43 yards. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They get it to Funchess on the jet sweep. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Luck. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Stafford. He's got his man. It's Curse. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Here's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Caught by Jones. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
From the gun, Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
34-yard line.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll go again here with Mack. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Colts, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, their woes continue as the record falls now.